hours of the regular show on terrestrial radio, and you wanted a little bit more, so that's why you found the Gun Talk After Show podcast, where we saved all the best things that we can't say on regular radio. Now here's Tom, Michelle, and Jim for the Gun Talk After Show.
All right, it's the After Show where we gather to yak about the things that we didn't have time to talk about in the, what would that be, the before show?
The pre-show, maybe?
Pre-show? The main? No, we should do a show before the show. That'd be the pre-show. Then there'd be the show. Then there'd be the after show.
Great.
Then we could do the after show.
Awesome.
Okay.
Count me in.
Okay.
You don't get to go home at all.
Yeah.
So there you go. All right, we got Jim Kinsey with us today, and Tom Henning is filling in. He's actually pretending to be Michelle today.
Not Michelle, yeah.
Yeah, and nobody's asked him that, I'm sure, all day.
I only got 3 today. So, hey, you're not Michelle.
Yeah, right. Where's Michelle? Well, I don't know. I'll give you her cell number. You can call her and ask, okay?
She'd love it.
Don't have any problem with that.
She would actually be answering the questions on her cell wherever she is, right? So there you go. Hey, we got some folks who have called in, and I think we ought to get to them because we appreciate the calls.
Sure.
Let's go to Eddie, who is in, I believe that's Riga. Is it pronounced Riga, Michigan, on line 1? Hey, Eddie.
Yeah, hi, Tom. I'm calling in regard to the fellow with that 06 Winchester pump.
Right.
And I've been handed down 3. They were well, that was my first 22, my first real rifle. Farm kids do that stuff around 8 years old or so. And the deal with that is those were shot almost exclusively with 22 shorts, and they were 110, 120-year-old ammo that was corrosive, and it galled out and eroded that chamber, and they're marked short, long rifle, but after that many years of exclusive shorts, that's what they'll shoot now. And any longer brass in there, it bulges and sticks.
Sure. Makes sense. And I remember, you're talking about the shorts were cheaper than the long rifle. I remember my dad saying when he was a kid, he had this little single-shot 22, it's a Remington Model 6. He would go out and pick beans, and then when he got a big bucket of beans, he could sell those at the store, and then he'd have enough money to buy 22 short cartridges by the individual cartridge, not like a box at a time, but like, okay, I can afford 12, and that's what he would get.
That's right. We would pick up soda bottles and beer bottles for the 2-cent return, and that's how we got our ammo money.
I love it. But that's actually good info. Old corrosive ammo, yeah, it would eat up the chamber in front of it, and now you can't get a longer case into that because that forward part of the chamber would be all crenellated, if you will, or eaten up is a better way to say it. But that's a good thought. Now, is that what you have found with your rifles? Are they have that same thing going for them?
Exactly. Yeah, you'll see those. The brass will bulge right where that short case ends, and it'll bulge and stick. And the easiest thing to do is just keep shooting shorts since we can get them again.
There you go. That'll work. Thank you, Eddie. I appreciate that. That's good info. Dustin's on line 4 out of Indiana. Hey, Dustin, what's up?
Hey, first of all, I'd like to congratulate you on a great show. I've been getting caught up on the podcast the last 2 years. I drive a truck for a living, so I get 8 or 9 hours a day to listen to you.
Cool. Oh, Lord, you got to be tired of hearing my voice.
Poor fella.
Jeez.
Well, I was disappointed that Michelle didn't answer the phone. But
everyone is. It's okay. You're not hurting Tom's feelings.
I'm sorry.
I heard you guys had Ruger on a little bit earlier, and I want to give you a range report on my favorite firearm of all time. I have a 10-inch bull barrel Mark II and 22 long rifle that I've had for probably 20 years. It's probably had 15,000 rounds through it. Lots of people have shot it, and I can still hit a 4-inch steel target at 100 yards with iron sights.
Wow.
On a regular basis.
For those who have never handled a 22 like that, there is something, I don't know what the right word is, really different about having that much weight out there. A bull barrel, 10-inch barrel, when people go, well, it's heavy, it's muzzle heavy. Yes, it is. But when you hang it out there, it doesn't move. It's almost like the darn thing has a stabilizer built into it, doesn't it?
It is. I was at a steel plate shoot, and we were shooting Rimfire versus Centerfire one time, and to make the teams even, I let another guy shoot that one while I shot my Centerfire. Mm-hmm. He came back and goes, I didn't even know it went off. I didn't think I loaded it right. But the plate fell over, and I was wondering what happened.
I mean, it's really crazy. The first time you pick it up, and not even loaded or anything out, you hold it out, you hold your arm out, or two-hand grip, whichever, and you kind of hang on target and going, it's not moving because there's just so much mass out there.
Yeah, it's 53 ounces, and it weighs as much as a 7.5-inch Ruger Super Red Hawk and 44 Magnum.
Yeah, that's a lot of mass out there. Your twitching has no impact on it. It's just not impressed.
No, it doesn't. And then also, I'd like to let you know that this past summer, my wife of 16 years, I've got her shooting pistols, and I took her to the gun store, let her decide what she wanted to get.
Attaboy.
And she ended up with a Springfield Range Officer in 9mm.
Ooh.
1911.
Well, you must have done some coaching, or she's been listening, because that is a very informed decision.
Yeah, I mean, she really liked the trigger on it. She's not she's got pretty small hands, and she's a little bit recoil sensitive. I have a 5.25-inch XDM. That was the first one she shot, and she says that wasn't bad. And then I let her shoot my 4-inch XDS in 9mm, and she goes, well, that wasn't bad either. And so, she's very, very accurate with it. I'm planning on getting her some more training this summer, and it's really, I made the mistake when we were dating to let her shoot my 44 Magnum, and it kind of put her off for about 15 years, but I'm getting her back on track.
All right, I've got a suggestion for you. If you want to really cement your relationship, okay?
Sure.
She's got a nice 1911 right now, but you said she has small hands, right?
Right.
All right. What you do is you do what's called the small hands package. And it really consists of three things, three parts to change. And that's the beauty of a 1911. You can change things out easily. One is thinner grip panels. It doesn't sound like it would make much of a difference, but it makes a huge difference. Alumagrip and some other people have thin grip panels. That's number one. Number two, replace the trigger with a shorter trigger.
Okay.
And then number three, you get a drop safety lever. You know where the thumb safety lever is now?
Yes. Yeah.
It will be a 1/16 to an 1/8 of an inch lower. It goes in the same hole, but it just has a little extension on it and lowers it so that small hands can reach it with a thumb. You do those three things, thin grip, shorter trigger, and a drop safety, and she will love you forever.
Oh, yeah. I knew about the trigger and the grits, but I'd never heard of the safety.
Yeah,
so that's something I will have to look into.
It's a different deal, and you can get all of those from Brownells, our good friends at brownells.com.
I'm well aware of Brownells. Yes, sir.
Oh, they got your number, huh?
And a lot of my money.
Yeah, it's one of those weird deals. You're thinking, I get a lot of email from them. Boy, I sure like that.
Yeah. In fact, I've had to edit my email list because my bank account gets kind of soft, and I'm tired of the deals I just can't pass up. So
you can't stand it. That's right. It's like, oh my gosh, it's Brownells. I have to do it.
Yep.
Well, that's great. Yeah, take a look at that. Grips, short trigger, and the drop safety. Pop those into her gun, and you know what would be fun is to do it and don't tell her. And then
I want to get her a little more time behind the gun first, and then I might do that. I have a gunsmith that I know that's really good at that kind of stuff, and I'll see if he can put those in for me.
Right. It's nothing to it, but yeah, he can do that. You could do it with a little bit of. And the other thing is, Brownells has videos on their website on how to do all that kind of stuff. So if you wanted to do it yourself, but if you got a gunsmith, just get the parts, let the gunsmith do it, and then surprise her with it and say, now try this, honey. And I'll guarantee you she's going to go, I mean, here's the thing. Everybody I know likes the thin grips, even guys with big hands. I do. I just think they feel better.
Yeah, I can understand that. Well, thanks a lot. I'll let you get to some more calls. I appreciate it. Keep up the good work, guys.
Thanks, Dustin. Appreciate that. Yeah, guys, it's interesting how just a teeny tiny little bit of a change in a grip can really feel so much different.
Yeah, I remember way back when I had I think it was a 586, 686 maybe. Had regular grips on it.
Uh-huh.
And I decided to put some Pacmars, which we actually talked about a little bit last week on
right.
it. And what a world of difference.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it was less felt recoil, at least in my brain. Mm-hmm. And just overall more control, and it made it more pleasurable to shoot, so you ended up actually shooting more. If that makes sense.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No. If you're not getting hurt, you want to shoot it. If you're getting hurt, it's just not much fun to shoot it. And a smaller grip, it just makes it more controllable. One of the problems is, imagine you had a gun that was just really fat grip, and you just can't quite get your fingers around it. Well, you don't really feel as much in control of it as if you could really get your fingers around it. And that's the way it is for a lot of women, a lot of people with smaller hands.
Sure.
So it's a significant difference. I think it was, may have been Jane Ann Shimizu at Gunsight was the first one to get me onto that, especially the drop safety. I was kind of like Dustin. I had heard about the slim grips. I had heard about the shorter trigger, but she turned me on to that drop safety because it's just easier to reach. Because what you don't want to have to do is shift your grip on the gun after you've drawn it out of a holster.
Right.
You don't want to have to shift your grip to flip the safety off and then do a re-grip. You got to be able to reach it from your firing position.
Right.
So just a thought. Okay. All right, let's take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to be quizzing where are we now in the adventure of how much do you carry and where do you carry? That seems like a fair way to go.
I think there should be background music for that for some reason.
Yeah. I don't know. It's
we will return with...
as the revolver turns.
As the cylinder turns.
As the cylinder turns. I like it. All right, be back.
For tactical equipment for military, law enforcement, and shooting enthusiasts, look for the name Elite Survival Systems, creators of high-quality, intelligently designed products for concealed carry, discreet transport, and rigorous tactical uses. Elite Survival Systems knows there isn't just one method of carry that works for everyone. Elite offers a vast array of concealment products to fit your lifestyle, including holsters, belts, vests, pouches, slings, bags, backpacks, and cases. Find out more at EliteSurvival.com.
You got your carry permit, and that's good. But you know you could use more training. Get the DVDs, which have what you need. Springfield Armory presents Concealed Carry 1 and Concealed Carry 2 with Battle Group. Learn specific concealed carry skills from Top Gun fighting trainers. Get trained. Be prepared. This really is life and death. ShopGunTalk.com. That's ShopGunTalk.com.
All right, back with you here. It's part of the after show. We have Tom and what's his name over there?
Tom. I don't like
Jim Kinsey over in the corner where we like to keep him all the time.
Safe, my little safe place.
That's right. And Michelle will be happy that we've continued her work for her.
Yeah, she left us a couple spare rolls of duct tape.
Oh, nice.
Had a girl.
Nice.
Had a
Okay.
girl.
Right,
I'm celebrating two things this week. Actually, technically three.
Talk to me.
I fell in love this week, Tom.
Again.
Oh.
This time with a...
What caliber is it?
SIG 365. The 365 is cool, and then it's like, to make matters worse or better, depending how you want to look at it, Ruger's got 2 new guns out. I want those too, so I have to buy 3 guns this week.
Ruger, I'm telling you, all the stuff that's coming out. And SIG's got the P365, which we did a live video on it on Monday. You can see it on our YouTube channel.
Right.
And the cool part was I ran over to the gun store, our FFL, got the gun, brought it in. We set up to do the live video and had Ryan on, and I didn't show it to him. I said, no, you don't get to see it. Okay, so I mean, we literally had the unboxing, and the first time he saw it was when we were doing live video.
Oh.
And so we open it up, and he reached in and picks it up, and you could see him. He was visibly startled at how small this pistol is.
It's about the size of a bodyguard, isn't it? Little bigger, maybe?
Maybe slightly bigger,
yeah,
but it's a
not much.
9. And it's not a single, not a double. I call it a stack and a half.
Stack and a half. That's great.
You like that?
What, are they just staggered more? Or
well, you know what? At the bottom, it's a double, and at the top, it's a single.
Oh, weird. That's weird.
It angles up so that you're kind of squeezing it down to a single stack at the top so that you can have a slim slide.
Oh.
Brilliant, I tell you.
Brilliant.
Plus, with the other mag getting 12 rounds, that's awesome.
Yeah.
It is. And honestly, with the 12-round mag in it, it's not very big. Now, it comes with 2 mags, but both of them are 10-rounders. One has a little pinky extension on it. Mm-hmm. I would probably grab a couple of the 12s,
sure.
and I would be tempted to just
carry
it
the 12s,
with 12 and have a 12 with me. So now you're carrying 23 rounds because you got 12 plus 1 and then 12. Mm-hmm. And honestly, if you can't solve this situation with 23 rounds,
it's not a good day.
You're having a bad day. Yeah, it is, because the goal is not to vanquish all the bad guys. If there are multiple bad guys, the goal is to get away from the situation. Mm-hmm. Get out.
Now, how sweet would that be with a laser on it?
Well, it has a rail on it, but it is, and I throw this out, is a proprietary rail. So it takes the SIG lasers and lights, because now SIG is an everything company. They have
optics and lasers.
Lasers, ammo, rifles, pistols. Let me see. They don't have a revolver. I have not heard any rumors from them about a revolver.
Give it a week.
Give it a week. Yeah, right. If I say that to them, they'll probably hit me. Although we're going to be at the SIG media event at the SHOT Show. They do an event 2 days before the SHOT Show starts. So a week from today, and we're going to have several different people from SIG on, and they'll be talking about their new stuff. And so we'll be able to, people will be able to, it's a live show, so people can call in and give their range reports and ask questions, and we'll do all that. But I may have to just throw out the revolver idea. I mean, why the heck not, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's a time and place for everything. I still want you to bug Ruger about bringing back that .44 carbine from the 60s.
I'd say, isn't the year of the revolver officially over now? Isn't it?
It might be.
Wasn't that 2017?
It's maybe the century of the revolver. Yeah, good point. You're asking about the .44 carbine.
I just love it. It is so cool.
And you have more than one?
I have the same one twice. I had way back in the day, I had to pay rent with it.
Is this your boomerang rifle?
Yeah, my boomerang rifle. I sold it gave it to my landlord as my rent. And then 15 years, 20 years later, he calls me up and says, "Hey, man, you remember you paid me for rent with a .44 mag?" I said, "Yeah, I kick myself in the rear end for that almost every day." He says, "Well, how about you buy it back? Because I don't need it, and I'm going to sell it, and I figured I'd give you a first shot at it." Ooh. So I bought it back at half what my rent was there. So, and I still have it. I'm never letting that one go.
It's such a nice rifle, and trust me, tens of thousands of people have asked Ruger to please bring back that rifle. If there was a way to do it, I'm sure they would have done it by now. There's got to be some technological thing there, but they won't tell us what it is. For some reason they can't or won't.
Yeah, whatever. It's just cool. I like the way it cycles. It's got a different kind of cycle. It's almost like a 1022 on steroids, kind of.
It is. It really is. It looks like a 1022.
Looks like a sister unit, yeah.
Got the little rotary magazine.
Yeah, mine go down the pipe, though. I don't have a mag for it. Mine go down the tube.
Oh, really? Uh-huh. I don't know why I was thinking that was a rotary mag. It's not. That's a tubular mag. Now I got to go look at. See, I've never owned one. I've always,
Now I think they may have even reissued it at one point under the name Deerfield, maybe.
They had a .44 lever action version of that, and I'd have to go back. I think way in the dark recesses of my mind, there's another .44 mag they had for a little period of time, but I may have just dreamed that up. I don't know because I haven't looked it up.
Yeah, because I don't have mags per se on mine.
Okay, well I'm thinking about something else then.
Boy, they're cool though.
I like pistol caliber carbines, but I got to tell you, the new Ruger PC9.
Oh, that's cool.
And the thing is, it's a takedown. It takes you 2 seconds to pop this thing apart, pull the barrel off, and now you've got this little bitty package. And it comes with a threaded barrel.
Now that's the one that's 16.12 inches.
Yeah,
right. Barrel length. So don't measure it on a cold day. Yes, it's but yes, it's just long enough to be a rifle, and it's threaded, so you throw a can on it and then use subsonic ammo in it, and now we are really having some fun.
Nice.
And it takes the SR magazines from the Rugers, but it also will take Glock magazines. And you know, there are 32-round Glock mags out there. So can we say home defense?
They also have those 100-round Glock drum mags, the double drums.
Oh, they
those?
do. Tim the Toolman Taylor, more power.
So, yeah, it's not an authorized caliber for whitetail, but if you throw enough of them downrange.
Well, if you have enough, can you say, look, I'm only going to use half, but we're going to shoot them twice each time, so now it's an 18 caliber, 18 millimeter?
Well, yeah, and it also, it kind of keyholed on the way out there, so...
Right.
So it's fat now.
It's it's like an 88 caliber by the time it hits in.
I want to be there when you explain that one. Please video that as well.
Yeah, I can talk in handcuffs. Watch this.
We'll need that for evidence. Exactly. Explain this to me again. Okay.
So now what am I going to do in my dilemma? Do I get the 360? Just say yes. I don't even want to explain. Just tell me it's okay.
You can just stop right now.
Okay, thanks.
Yes, you have permission.
So I got the 365 on my mind, and then I'm hearing about the two Rugers. I mean, you can get a Ruger. That's name brand. That's not some off-brand stuff for $200.
You're saying this as though this is a problem. Yes, there are a lot of guns out there. This is not a problem. Well, I mean, except for the whole rent thing.
Right. Well, and I'm looking at my gut. I'm looking at my gut, going, I don't need the groceries for a couple of weeks.
So we're going on a gun diet. I like it.
Yeah, the gun diet.
The gun diet.
No, I mean, they got one for just over $2 bills. They got a great carry gun for under $3.50 retail. Mm-hmm. That's just mind-blowing. I mean,
it's nutty. It is. And then that Ruger precision rifle in 22, oh, geez. They're just kind of like, man, it's so sweet. So nice. Fun to play with. Lots and lots of fun. Oh, there's a feature that we didn't talk about on that PC-9. Mm-hmm. I'll have to go look at it because I was not at the range when they were shooting it, but they were explaining to me you can swap the charging handle or the bolt around. So it will eject right or left.
Oh, really?
So you can go left-handed or right-handed with it.
That's huge.
Yeah, I mean, I shoot left shoulder, and cartridges ejecting to the right have never bothered me.
Right.
I'm just not...
Because you've always done it that way.
Yeah, and also, I kind of feel like if you're actually looking at the ejection port, you're probably not hitting a whole lot. Just a thought I had somewhere along the line. Oh, yeah, that's a cool action on there. You just stare at the action while you're shooting. Okay.
It's the fourth tip of gun safety, isn't it?
That's right. Always stare at your action while you're shooting to make sure it's working. How else would you know the gun's going off, right?
Right.
It's like our Jim and one of our favorite questions that we heard from, and people ask these gun makers and optics makers and all these silly questions, and one of the best ones we've ever heard was from Crimson Trace Laser. And somebody said, well, how does the bullet know where the laser is to go there? I don't care. We could go over that like once a year. It will be funny every single time. Yeah. It's just, really? Yeah. Okay, where are your guns? Bring them all in. I'm sorry. You cannot own any anymore. You're just
step away from the safe.
As a bag of rocks.
Step away from the safe.
Just explain to him that it's all very scientifical.
It's scientifical, exactly right. So, Tom, you still carrying?
Maybe.
Good.
You'll never know.
Good answer. Perfect answer. None of your damn business.
Let's just hope that there doesn't arise a situation where we have to find out.
That's right.
There you go.
Exactly. I like that.
Share what you shared with me earlier, Tom, when you're late for work trying to get out of trouble.
When I'm late for work.
No, he wasn't. Just kidding.
No. I was driving a friend around yesterday, running some errands, and walked into one store. And as I was walking out, I noticed the sign that said "No firearms allowed." Mm-hmm. And I just thought, well, it's interesting. I used to be much more like looking for those signs when I first started carrying. Mm-hmm. I was very conscious of it. I've gotten so comfortable wearing this thing now that I walk around without thinking about it. And I noticed the sign on my way out, and I was like, oh, oops.
That's okay. You were complying. You were leaving.
Right.
See? Yes, I saw the sign and I left. Okay.
Have to be in here to leave.
There you go.
That's right. Yeah. How can I miss you if you won't leave?
But But isn't it weird how you acclimate to it? You know, people say, I forgot I had a gun on. I've done that. When I forget you have a gun.
Thinking back, to the mindset I had when I first started carrying, and just very aware of that thing being there all the time. I think, Tom, you made the comment of I was more like the gun carrying a man.
Yes. Yeah, it really is kind of that way. Although, if you are in danger of forgetting you have a gun on, the solution to that is just get you a big, uncomfortable gun.
Sure. Get a 10 millimeter and crotch carry it.
Oh. That would be uncomfortable.
You will never forget. Yeah, you'll remember, though.
Which, of course, always brings up the Mae West quote. So there you go.
Right.
Is that a gun in your pocket, or are you happy to see me?
Right. I was hoping we had another break to go to before you said that, but no.
Nope. Sorry, no more breaks. We're out of breaks, and there you go. So, oh, Lordy. So we will have, the other thing we're going to do, I want to get this out for everybody so they can be aware. At the SHOT Show this year, we're doing something brand new. And I'm pretty excited about it. We're doing live videos throughout the day. And they will be available on our Facebook feed and also on our YouTube channel. What you have to do is, if I remember, got to remember this right. On YouTube, you have to subscribe to our channel, and then there's a little bell up there. You click on that to basically ring the bell. And that way, when there's something new, you get a notification, because we'll say, hey, we're going to be doing a video, and then you get this notification. You can click on it, and you can watch it real time while we're interviewing Doug Koenig or somebody from a different company, from Winchester or whomever. And while we're actually live talking to them from the SHOT Show, you can ask questions. So you can type stuff in and go, and then we can go, hey, there's a question from Tom over here. He wants to know, so tell me about those Spear Gold Dot bullets. Are those good for self-defense? And then we can ask the person, and they can talk about it. So it's completely interactive.
Nice.
Oh, cool. I would have think, because YouTube, you always have the delay in uploading and waiting, and now it's live streaming. So it's basically like Facebook Live with more
it is
interactivity.
And what we'll be doing is it will be streaming at the same time on Facebook Live and YouTube.
Nice.
Oh.
How does it do that?
How do it know?
My favorite joke. One of my favorite jokes. So, it's like one of the greatest punchlines of all time, right? So there you go. So
that'll be cool.
So we're going to be doing that. We're going to, each morning and each evening we'll do a what we saw yesterday and what we saw today kind of a thing. But then throughout the day, we'll have 3, 4, or 5 live feeds as we interview people, as we grab people and ask questions. And so we'll have a little booth set up, and we've got this very advanced, expensive piece of gear and stuff. But hey, nothing's too good for our folks, right?
That's right. It's only money.
It's only money, but it sure is fun. I mean, the whole being able to do it live is going to be cool. So you got to go to Facebook and like us and follow us there. That's Gun Talk Media. And then go on YouTube, Gun Talk Media, and that is a subscribe and a ring the bell thing there.
Okay. Now,
and you ought to also be following us on Instagram, because now you get lots of pictures and cool stuff there. Because we're posting stuff to Instagram that doesn't appear anywhere else, little 30-second videos.
I was not aware. I'm an insider, and I wasn't aware.
You must be an Instagrammer.
Not an Instagrammer yet.
Okay. Well, you can. We do some interesting.
Fix that.
Some things are odd. Some things are weird.
No.
Shocking. I know. Who would have ever guessed?
So is this a multi-camera thing, this Facebook Live?
Yep. Be a multi-camera thing.
Sweet.
We have one camera, and we just move it back and forth all day long. So you might want to take your Dramamine.
That might help. How many cameras will it accommodate, Mr. Tech?
The system will take 4. We're going to be running 2 primarily, but there are some other very cool features. But we can also roll in, and of course, a lot of these guns that we'll be talking about, we've already had them out at the range.
You can roll live video.
We can roll some B-roll from the range of shooting it, so you can see it shooting in slow motion while people are talking about it. So we'll have our camera operators, our video editors, we'll have our whole team there.
A switcher guy, that'll be cool.
A switcher guy, the whole thing. Yeah, I mean, it's like real TV, live TV, except you don't have to go to a TV. You can watch it on your phone.
That is cool.
You can watch it, laptop or tablet or whatever.
I think that's really neat. I think it's going to be kind of weird though when you cut to your B-roll slow motion video and then that slows down the people talking too. That's It'd be kind of weird. Take a little getting used to. That's a beta version. They'll fix it in version 1.0. Tom, speed up. They've released 3 products since you started that sentence.
So this is a 6-hour video, huh?
Yeah, we were a little low on content. We just had to stretch
We
it.
just slowed it all down.
Fits now.
Oh, boy. Okay, so there we go. That's what's going on. SHOT Show coming up. We'll be at the SIG event on Sunday. We'll be doing a radio from the floor during the week, and that'll run the next week, the next Sunday. But then all through the week, not this coming week, not starting tomorrow, but the following week, we'll be doing the live video from SHOT Show. But we are doing live video every day right now. So you need to go sign up right now because we just did the P365. We just did the Ruger Precision Rifle. We did the carbine. We're doing live video on this stuff pretty much every day now. So you really need to be on that. And if you missed it, you can go on our Facebook page. You can go on our YouTube page and look at the videos. Cool.
I think it'd be cool because that's not anything you could overuse. Like I could picture, now we're following Tom to the men's room.
Yeah, right. There are times when you want to turn it off and make sure it's off.
I was about to say, take me with you until you said that.
Yeah.
Too much. TMI, right?
What was that? Was that Naked Gun or was that Airplane?
No, it was Naked Gun where Leslie Nielsen went into the bathroom and had the microphone turned on. It's one of the great scenes.
Classic.
Now, you know that that happened to some lady. I can't remember who it was. Some lady newscaster.
Congressman, wasn't it?
Was it Congressman? Somebody had a mic on. They went into the bathroom, and and whoever was running the board, and you guys get this because you run boards all the time, couldn't figure out where it was coming from and couldn't shut it off. So it's going live over the air.
Sorry to laugh at you, other audio guy. Better you than me.
That's the kind of stuff that audio guys have nightmares about.
Oh, yeah.
I've got a feed coming in from somewhere, and I don't know where it is, and I can't cut it off.
Oh, yeah. You know what? It's even we're such a few number, I'm sure, but I'll be driving down the road listening to a national show, and I'll hear they have an issue. I'm just going, hey, it wasn't us. Stuff happens, but
it was their turn. Next week it'll be our turn.
Right. We've had our gremlins.
Oh, Lord. Turn. You can't do live anything without having issues now and then.
Yep.
So there you go. Fall out of a chair. All right. One of the first, way back, Tom, this is before your time. You'll love this. So I'm sitting there doing the show, and he says, well, I'm hearing this weird squeaky sound. What is that? I said, I don't know. He said, I can still hear it. It's like a little squeaky, scratchy thing.
So you start shutting stuff off to try to figure out what it is.
He's punching buttons, trying to figure it out. And we realized I took off my cover garment while I'm doing the show, and my pistol is rubbing against the fake leather Naugahyde of the chair. And every time I move, my pistol is squeaking against the chair back there. What is that? I don't know. It's the sound of freedom. Shut up. All right, best quote from last week, I'm still working on, right? The guy who says, all right, if you listen really, really carefully when you shoot a 1911, you can hear the Star Spangled Banner. That's my favorite quote for a while.
I love it.
That's it. Well, you guys have a safe week. It was, as always, it's fun, and we'll be doing it live from the SHOT Show next week.
Sounds good.
All right, thanks, Tom.
Well, that wraps up another Gun Talk After Show. But if you want even more gun-related stuff, don't forget to check out Gun Dealio. It's the app for Apple and Android phones that connects you to all the Gun Talk shows, plus even more. And we'll catch you next time for the Gun Talk After Show.